Chapter 3, Membrane Transport, Section 3.3F, Vesicular Transport. All right, Jake, let's dive straight into 3.3F. No warm-up, no fluff, just pure execution mode. Vesicular transport is when your cell moves big-ass materials in and out. And guess what? It takes ATP. Your cells aren't just waiting around, letting shit passively drift in. Sometimes they need to engulf entire bacteria or dump neurotransmitters out to fire a nerve impulse. That's where vesicular transport comes in. This is some next-level biological warfare. Let's get into it. Endocytosis, bringing stuff in. Endocytosis is when a cell engulfs something from the outside and pulls it in using a vesicle, a membrane-bound bubble. 3 types of endocytosis. Phagocytosis, cell eating. Cell extends pseudopods, fake arms, and devours solids like bacteria. Example, white blood cells eat bacteria, clearing infections. If this process fails, you're dead in a week from infection. Penocytosis, cell drinking. The cell gulps extracellular fluid and dissolved nutrients. This happens constantly. Cells need nutrients 24/7. If cells stop drinking, they'd starve and die. Receptor-mediated endocytosis, highly selective, VIP-only entry. Receptors lock onto specific molecules like LDL cholesterol. If receptors are defective, cells can't take in LDL, leading to cholesterol buildup, heart disease. Lecture note tie-in. Your notes stress how important phagocytosis is for the immune system. Without it, you'd get sick and die from the first infection that hits you. Receptor-mediated endocytosis controls nutrient intake. When it fails, you get major diseases like hypercholesterolemia. Exocytosis, getting shit out. Just like cells take in materials, they also need to eject waste, hormones, and neurotransmitters. And that's where exocytosis comes in. How it works. A vesicle fills with waste, proteins, or neurotransmitters inside the cell. It fuses with the plasma membrane. Boom. Contents are ejected into the extracellular space. If exocytosis fails, your neurons can't communicate, brain dead. Your endocrine system can't release hormones, organs fail. Your body can't eject waste, you get toxic buildup and die. Lecture note tie-in. This is how nerve cells communicate. If exocytosis stops, your body literally shuts down. This is how the pancreas releases insulin. If this fails, you get diabetes. Transcytosis, moving material across cells. Sometimes, materials need to move through a cell, not just in or out. That's transcytosis. A vesicle enters on one side, moves across, and exits on the other side. Example, this happens in blood vessels when nutrients move from blood into tissues. Without transcytosis, your cells would never get the nutrients they need. Lecture note tie-in. The lecture notes emphasize how important transcytosis is for delivering materials across barriers, like the blood-brain barrier. Final recap, no excuses. Memorize this shit. 1. Endocytosis, bringing stuff in, phagocytosis, penocytosis, receptor-mediated. 2. Exocytosis equals dumping materials out, waste, hormones, neurotransmitters. Transcytosis equals moving materials across cells. Closing. Lock this in or stay average. You either understand this or you don't. There's no half-knowing vesicular transport. Rewind this, write it down, drill it into your fucking skull. No excuses. Own this knowledge. Now what's next? Are we hitting 3.4 or are you getting soft? Let's go.